Okay, so in this video, we're going to go through optimizing your profiles. And with profiles, I mean social media profiles, because your online profiles is typically your it's like your website, okay? Because this is where the first introduction of people into your world, okay? And this is where you're going to have things like your transformation statements and things like that, okay? I do see a lot of people trying to make mistakes and not trying to make mistakes, but I do see people making mistakes, and that is going too far. So trying to make sales from their profile, trying to make sales from just trying to make sales before they go through the process. Okay, what you have to understand is your profile, and I'll show you some examples in a minute where someone lands on it and then they think, okay, this might be a good person. They look like they know what they're doing. Again, so everybody toots their own horn. So nobody's going to sit there and say, well, I'm not that good actually. Okay, you might get that, but you usually get that from a friend. You don't really get that from a mentor or somebody you don't know that well. So typically nobody's going to tell you that they're not that good about it. So it's validating it as well. But what they see first will determine what they do next. If they don't see a very well optimized profile, they're not going to engage with it. That's just the way it works. Okay. So what you need to do is make your profile public, have a clear name. And what I mean by that is simple, easy to remember. Okay. You don't want these long winded names because nobody's going to remember that. Okay. You want to keep it to 3 maximum. Okay. Clear headshot photo, so it's not, it looks professional in short. And then a bio is your transformation statement and what they need to do next. So a call to action, say what to do now, and usually it's just a click of a link to find out more. So not to worry, like I say, if you don't have a result, all you need to do is create a pin post for people to see when they come to your profile. Don't try to make sales from the post because nobody will buy. Okay, if they haven't had any conversation with you, they're not going to buy. So don't see it like a shop where you just turn up to buy something. That's not the way it works. Okay, people are just checking it out and trying to figure out and make a determination. Am I ready to spend money with this person? I'm ready to spend money on this problem. I'm just trying to find the right person. Okay, so all you want them to do is take the next step. Okay, sell them on the next step, not the end goal. Okay, so either a DM, sign up for a lead magnet, register for your training, but that is it. Don't try to make the sale. The sale is where we want them to go, but it's too much of a leap for people to take right now. So as tempting as it might be, don't give people too many options. People think, oh, if we get tons of options, they've got more chances. No. A confused mind always says no. Okay, so if there's too many options, people have to think about it, and if they have to think about it, they're going to go somewhere else. Okay, so that was quite quick. So I'm just going to give you a few examples because this is going to be a pretty short video. So just get kind of hammer home the point, but this is how you should be setting up your profile. Okay, so I'm just across of Facebook, and these are a couple of people. I've just randomly picked a couple of people because I just want to hammer home the point. Okay, so this one here, so like I say, you've got two sides of it, and that's why I'm going to give you another example. Okay, but typically as soon as someone lands on it, it's like, okay, so who are you? What do you do? And ultimately, because what I'm trying to determine, how can you help me? That's all people are asking. It's not about how great you are and things like that. I need to make that determine myself. So I will keep hammering on that point. Okay, but it's grabbing their attention. Okay, so I help go-getters turn this story into an irresistible offer and attract take my money now clients with AI. So it's now got a specific call to action. So you click on that and then it takes you to here. Now the part for me, I don't really like the tiny URL part because that's not his website. So could be a little bit off-putting, but it's a very nice profile picture. And he's also got the bio right here. How to create, so congruent to the actual banner, so it's not trying to redigest another message, and that congruency, so it needs to be pretty much consistent. I'd say exact, just because you don't want people to have to reprocess more information. The easier we can make it, the more likely we are to get the action. Okay, but yeah, the tiny URL part is the part that I would find a little bit off-putting. So just you want the banner ad here. You need a nice professional photo here, and then having a profile picture. Now, a pin post also helps as well. So this is the main one. He's trying to get people to generate leads from. So as you can see here, it's got 156 comments because he's just trying to get people to click on it to get the 7 forbidden prompts. You then click on that, he'll go through it, but right at the end there's going to be a specific call to action. So all we're trying to do here is get them to take the next step. Don't try to sell them on the pro end goal, because that's like walking up to a girl and just basically saying, will you marry me? It's always going to be a no. Whether you're Brad Pitt, George Clooney, whoever, it's not going to happen. Okay, so what they need is the next step. Too much, too soon, too quick, not going to happen. So don't try to sell them on the end goal, sell them on the next step. So all we're doing here is, okay, like the look of that, right, find out more. So I scroll down, I see a pinned post, I click on that, I read the comments, and then all I have to do is make a comment. They then reach out to me, we have a conversation, and it transitions. But all it is, you're taking them from brand new stranger, and then we're taking them through a process. But we're not trying to get them to the end goal as quickly as possible. We're just taking them on the next step. Okay, so let me just find that other example for you, because there was another one which was here. So the reason why I like this one is because it doesn't sound salesy. It's just proof. And anybody who sees this, anybody who knows funnels, will know who that person is, and what that is. Okay, so that, if for those people who don't know, is a 2 Comma Club award created by this guy. His name is Russell Brunson. He is the co-founder with this person as well of, because I think this is Tom Dickerson, I think his name is. He's sort of behind the scenes, the tech guy, but he's the face of ClickFunnels. So he's kind of brainstorming. He's the one who's created these 2 Comma Clubs. But that says he's good at what he does, because he's made $1 million from that one funnel, and that's what the 2 Comma Club award represents. So it speaks directly to the customer. If he says it's to do with this, well, if that's what the funnel's all about, boom. But it's the selling point. It grabs their attention and think, okay, let's find out more. I wonder what that is. If they don't know, they'll find out more. If they do know, okay, so he's made $1 million. He's a part of the 2 Comma Club award. He obviously is good at what he does. So we're just selling them on the next step. Okay, so we do that, and then we go to find out more. Sorry. So we go to find out more. So all we do is we just come down here, funnel and paid ads expert, 10 million in client revenue. So that clearly is congruent to that 2 Comma Club award there, and he's scaled clients to $100,000 a month plus. And then all you got to do then is click on that, the funnels media, very congruent to the actual call to action, to the what it is that he does. You know what I mean? They're all congruent. So you don't have to have a profile that says who you are, what you do, and all that kind of jazz. But you need to have a good banner that grabs attention and then makes them want to find out more. Whether you tell them what you can help them with or not, that is up to you. But I will always say the same with anything. It's not about, oh, you need to do this. I will always say, you need to test it. We can talk about what we think works, but at the end of the day, the data is always going to have the final say. So whether this one or whether the other one, it's up to you. But you create one, and then you find out what works. You go out there, you start creating these posts and find out, are you getting the engagement now, and is that transitioning into something? We just need to break down the process. That's all we're doing. Okay, so there's no one size fits all approach. There is no one way of doing things. Everybody's different, so you need to figure out which one. I'm just giving you the options, but you still need to figure out what's going to work for your business. Okay, so but the point here is having a optimized profile, professional pictures, and specific call to action with results here. If you don't have it, doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world, because at the end of the day, everybody has to start from something. So all we're doing here, demonstrating expertise and just sending them on the next step. Okay, the more results you've got, the quicker you're probably going to be able to get the sales. But if you don't, not to worry. We just need to sell them on the next step. I believe success can be for anyone. We just need to figure out what that looks like for you. Okay, but you need to have the foundations in place first. Okay, so optimized profile is definitely critical. Pin post, I would definitely say, is crucial as well. And then it's just about going out there, engaging, and bringing people to your profile. Okay, so this is, I've just done Facebook. I'm not doing Instagram. I'm not doing YouTube. The principles are exactly the same. You need to have a very optimized profile, and then go out there, start creating content and bringing people, because regardless whether they're on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, doesn't matter. The principle will still remain the same. Your content will drive people to your profile to find out more, or they'll want to find out from your call to action. So regardless whether they come to your profile and find out more, or whether you've got a call to action from the actual post, video, whatever, the principle still remains the same. So you go either create content, give them a call to action, and you get content that way, or you bring them to your profile to find out more because they're curious, and the profile does the selling. Either way, doesn't matter. But again, I don't know which side you're going to be on. That is what the data is going to confirm. Okay, but you still need to have the foundations in place. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next video.